Hey guys, this is part 2 of my Featherman review. This episode is going to be a review about the Featherman Plucker. So stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to go over the Featherman Plucker. Hopefully this video will help you. It's an overview of the plucker and what I actually think about it. But I want to be up front. I have not been paid this by Featherman. I don't have any type of endorsement. This is just my honest opinion about the Featherman Plucker. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be straight up. If I do any review of something, I want y'all to know that. So this is an honest review of the Featherman Plucker, and I'm hoping that this series of videos that I'm making may help some small farmers or a homestead out there that's on the fence of maybe possibly buying this equipment, because you know, if y'all looked at the not just Featherman, or any processing equipment out there, and it's not any good or it sucks, I'm gonna tell you it does. This stuff's not cheap. It's really not cheap. And is it worth spending the money on? So, we're going to go over the Featherman Plucker. This is not my typical videos that you're probably used to seeing from me. But I really wanted to do this series to try to help anybody out, because there's really not that much information review-wise about Featherman equipment or processing equipment in general. And guys, look, you don't have to, you know, we searched the stew out of Craigslist. You know, we got the killing cone stand, and the manual dunker. It was half price. So, but anyways, let's get into the review. We got the broiler one. We didn't get the game bird one, or they make a turkey one too. We got the ones that are just for the meat chickens, the broilers. There's several other pluckers out there. We almost got I think there's one that's stainless steel. That's a little bit, I say a little bit, I think it's a good bit cheaper. I think it's called an Easy Pluck. I think that's the name of it. But we ended up going with the Featherman. We've been going, this is going on 2 years of us processing chickens. We average 500, give or take. We've done as many as 120 in a day, but we try to stay around 50. 120 is just a lot of work for us to try to do in one day. With this equipment, it really has made our life easier. And this Featherman Plucker, so impressed with it. I like the plastic on this thing. It is a super thick, I mean, it is thick. This thing is heavy. It's heavier. To me, it's twice as heavy as that Scalder, and that Scalder is all stainless steel. This plucker is heavy, and it is super well made. Let me show you the motor. Where the motor is, this is all enclosed. There's no way water is going to get to that motor. It's got all the fingers, which are replaceable. You know, if one of these breaks, you can get another one easily on this thing. What I like about it is, man, this thing's easy to clean up. The only issue I have with it, the only one, is these feathers get stuck behind here, and you can't really get them out unless you come in here by hand. It's the only issue I have with this thing. The only one. It's got a water. You hook your water hose up to it here. You turn these nozzles on, and it's got sprayers in here that spray down on the bird while they're in here being plucked. Super. I mean, this thing is well made. Really well made. I mean, Featherman stuff is really well done. It's got a chute here that all the feathers and waters come out on. And you can see we just did chickens, and you can see all the feathers that came out of it. I've seen it. I don't have it. I've seen it, but I have to come over here by hand and flip the switch. But they have they got a foot attachment to it where you can click it with your foot. I've seen that, so that's something that you may be interested in. I don't know. But this thing is well made. 2 years, I can't tell you how many birds we've done with it. It has never once let us down for nothing. I mean, it has been reliable as it gets. That's just 2 years in. There's nothing on it that'll rust that I'm aware of. And I'm telling you, this plastic is thick. This isn't no 55-gallon drum. This is some thick plastic. And when we're looking at pluckers, we looked at that easy plucker, which was a good bit cheaper, and we looked at making our own. We really did. And I don't have access to any type of motors. I'd have to buy me a motor. I know it's a certain type of motor you need when you're building one of these things. I can't weld, so welding was out of the question. So by the time I bought one of those Wang Whiz Bang kits and bought a motor, but I remember being, you know, $200 or $300 more, and I could buy this. 4 birds, easy. That's how we do it. We put 4 in a Scalder. If you watched our last video with the Scalder review with the manual dunker, if you didn't, go check it out. I'll put a link to it, I think, right in here. But we'll do 4 birds at a time. 4 birds in, boom. And man, when I mean 20 seconds, I'm serious. I mean 20 seconds tops, and those 4 birds are plucked. It's fast. And when it plucks them clean. The only feathers you usually have left, if you do, they're going to be your tail feathers, to maybe some 2 or 3 feathers there, and some feathers around the ankles because you didn't dip the bird all the way. But that's it. Less than 20 seconds, they're done. No issues with the birds getting stuck. That motor never bogs down, but this thing is still gentle enough where it don't rip your chickens apart. I mean, it's a perfect pluck almost every time. The only time I ever had issues with the skin tearing, is if you over scald it, and then the skin may tear. But if you're starting out and you're gonna do a lot of chickens, look at the prices. Look at the price what it costs to build, and look at the price of this thing. Because if it's a few $100 difference, I'm telling you, this is worth the money. It is absolutely worth the money. Easy cleanup. We clean it with Clorox, water and Clorox when we get finished. Spray it down. You could probably hit it with a pressure washer too if you wanted to. Definitely worth the money. Again, I want to thank y'all for watching the video. I know this is different than my typical videos, but I really wanted to do this series. Like I said in the last video about the Scalder, I really wanted to do this series because I know there's people out there like us didn't know if we ought to buy this stuff or not, but I'm telling you, if you're going to do a lot of chickens a year, I don't know what that number is because everybody's different. The Scalder in my last video, the manual dunker in my last video, and this plucker is worth it. The only thing I would do different is I probably would buy the kit that has everything in it. It's cheaper that way. You'll save on shipping, and you'll save. They give you a break because you're buying all at one time. So I would definitely look into that. This was just an honest opinion. In my opinion, this stuff's worth the money. It saves us time. In my last video, I told y'all we did 40 chickens, just me and my wife and my daughter, who slows us down because she wants to help, and you have to spend time with her because she can't do it by herself yet. 2 hours, and that's bagged, zip tied, in the refrigerator to rest overnight. That's pretty fast for us because we're real meticulous about the cleaning part of making sure everything's done right. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it's not super entertaining like my normal videos, but I really wanted to do this series. I'm gonna show y'all the killing cone stand and the killing cone, and go over it with a little bit with y'all, and go over the Featherman cones. Cause listen, this Featherman stuff is not cheap. I know it. Trust me, I know. But so far, that plucker, the Scalder, and the manual ducker, get my thumbs up. Hey Peaches, what do you think about this equipment? Appreciate your input. If you like, give us a like. New to the channel, subscribe. I'm sorry if I'm looking at this thing. This is a new camera, and I am not used to this sucker yet. And you got any questions or comments about this stuff, man, please ask below. Ask down below. I mean, I'll answer everything I can. I'll give you my comment. I'll put links to all the Featherman stuff down below. And as always, y'all have a wonderful day. We'll catch y'all on the next one. And y'all be good.